All right, hey there. Gotta find out. Hold on, I'll be right back. Wife just got home. All right. So this is going to be an experiment, kind of going forward on the Blue Sky Try channel on YouTube and Twitch. Just going to kind of video log where I'm at in training, in life, I guess, wherever I'm at. Doing it just for the fun, to learn the technology, see what's going on. Not looking to gain any wide audience or anything like that. I'm trying to be a little humble about it. I know I speak, I know I mumble, so I'll try to speak better as I go, but I think it's still weird to me to be talking into a camera by myself most times, so I find that a little strange. Maybe that'll get easier as I do this at my different training places. Today I'm in my garage, but you'll also catch me, in my garage, either that or up in my place, the Airbnb that I'm staying up in Vegas right now for work. When I do strength workouts or bike workouts up there. So looking to do this on the cheap. I'm not going to pay a dime for any service or anything, so I'm doing this with the basic pack or the free version of Restream, and we'll just take it from there. YouTube and Twitch to start. Maybe we'll mess around on Instagram and some other ones, but again, like I said, just doing this for fun and seeing where it goes. So I also want to hopefully be able to check out my form on these videos, with my run form, even when I'm doing my strength and mobility, when I'm doing my rowing, and when I'm on the bike and aero, looking at my form and all those different formats. Be a little hard to do on swim, but who knows? I got another spare old iPhone 6 that I'm going to try to do some videoing from and maybe upload those and check out my form that way. Probably going to be doing a little consultation with Coach John Stevens at Purple Patch and do that swim analysis and try to improve my swim here. Today is May 27th, and today's now when I start doing my work towards Ironman Arizona at the end of the year in mid-November. Just finished up Morro Bay 70.3. And did that with very little training. My training has been way down the volume, but I've been trying to I have been remaining consistent and doing at least some training every week, trying to focus on the key sessions with Purple Patch. My swimming though was way down. I think I've only had 7 or 8 swim workouts the entire year. And like I said, we're almost all the way through May now, so I'm going to try to pick that up and really improve on that. So anyway, that's a long-winded way of going on and on. Today I'm just going to do a strength workout. I'm going to do it on Discord, and so forgive me, I'm going to be fumbling through this trying to get the videos up and going, or the different formats here on Restream. So just doing this all through web browsers and everything, not going to trying to avoid loading any software on my computer in case I need to use my work computer. Which, don't want to be loading any personal stuff on the work computer, just using a web browser. So, all right, so let me get into Discord here and see if I can pull that up.
What you tell me you're going to do right now? Exercise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Looks like. All right, well, I think that's up and going. I wonder what happened if I join in the chat on the phone. That way it'll look like another person's doing a workout. Let's do that. Joining in on the Discord. I'll set it up over here like maybe Maybe that version will be the cleanest. See the corgi lying down. Let's go ahead and do this. If I should do should probably have the chat going too, just in case. Down you want to show up. Let's do that. Just see how it looks anyway. Put in test one. Alright, so let's get this going. Getting ready to do my workout.
Hold me for a second. What are you doing?
All right. Well, hola, señoras y señores, y bienvenidos al gran parte de tu día. We are here for strength and conditioning today. We got ourselves for joining. Muchísimas gracias. Y what we need to get started today is we need a little treasure chest of toys to work with today. So you got a lot of options, a lot of ways you can get this workout done. I'm going to tell you the things that I got here for today. I got I only really need one, although you could use more than one. I'm going to have one pretty heavy dumbbell because I'm going to do a little push pressing with one dumbbell. So I'm not afraid for this thing to be a little bit strong. We're not doing a ton of reps. Should feel pretty good. I do got a medicine ball that you could use today. If you got some kind of med ball, that'd be great. You could also substitute that for a couple things like a small child, a dog, a dumbbell, a kettlebell, anything you want. You know we're going to use the handy dandy Monster Bandy today. You know that's happening. We do have a little step up that we can use. A lot of things, again, you could use. You could, if you have a slightly larger child, you could maybe step on their back so they're a little higher off the ground. A step up would be fine. Even just an outdoor bench or something like that would be absolutely okay. And there is an option that we can use a little TRX today. So if you do have a TRX handy, that would be fine. But again, this will do a little hamstring curling on there. You could use the ball again, or if you had a Swiss ball, something like that, that would be just fine as well. I'm going to lower this thing so it's all the way down. And I'm going to use the Monster Band for a couple things, but you could even use some rubber today. We'll do a little rowing from a low anchor point, all right? But get your treasure chest ready. We got a whole bunch of fun toys to play with today, fun exercises. But from the top down, let's just start warming and opening and prepping our body here. So we're going to do this little wall thoracic opener that we've been working on a bunch lately. Hopefully you can kind of notice yourself feeling a bit more free as we go through this movement. Just find yourself a wall or a tree. Or again, you might need an adolescent child for this one. Pressing against hips, back, and we're just going to lower our chest through. And by the time we're done with this activation and warm-up today, I bet you'll be feeling wide open in the chest and even a bit taller maybe. So I'm coming up and through, swinging my hips forward, and then I'm pushing my hips back as I'm exhaling and bringing my chest down to the ground and my eyes and my gaze down to the ground towards my feet almost. I would go through, get around 10 of those, okay? Just a little bit of preparation, get yourself in motion here. We're going to even evolve a bit from that exercise. And we're going to do a little bit on the floor here, moving the hips. So little side lying exercise, just warming up here. We don't need to band this or do heavy resistance. I'm just going to do little clamshells to just feel my outer hip kind of lifting, stabilizing myself here, elbows under the shoulder, just opening, feeling the glutes, feeling the outer hip a little bit. Round 10 per side is fine. Okay. And then we're going to blend this in with a version, some of the movements that we do from 7-way hips. So I'm hoping some of you might know even what 7-way hips are. I'm just going to go ahead and do a full leg swing from the 7-way hips. So try to stabilize your upper body as 10 times swing that foot forward and back. But don't let it touch that bottom foot. So we're swinging 10 times. 3, 2, and 1. And then we can swing right onto that other side. Start with that little side lying clamshell action. Just feel like you're opening, you're keeping those heels touching each other. As I'm just feeling this thing open a little bit. A lot of hip health we're going to use in this workout today. A lot of hip health. You're going to see how that comes in. And then just straighten out those legs. Stacked here. And 10 full leg swings from our 7-way hip variation. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. As we get a little bit further in our season, as the strength becomes something to, not only just build strength and maintain muscle integrity and structure, it becomes something that, similar to flossing. You got to do it every day, and helps keep your joints healthy while we're going through and doing some more intense things. There's harder runs, there's harder bikes, harder swims at this time of year. So the strength then becomes a way to make sure we're staying healthy. All right. We're going to do a little split stance or a staggered stance here now, and a little thoracic rotation. So pop those hips down just a little bit, split stance, and I'm going to cross my hands here on my shoulders, and I'm going to try to rotate and aim this right chicken wing right here. My right elbow wants to aim and get across that left femur or that left knee. So I'm getting a nice twist here. Feel myself rotating. I keep moving my head because I'm trying to see your eyes. Want to see into your soul a little bit. But you should be thinking pretty much keeping that head in one place, not moving too much. Keeping that spine and head as that thoracic spine rotates and those hips stay nice and stable. Okay? Let's switch that stance up. I'll show you from this angle so you can kind of get a picture of that crossover rotation. And I'm going to now keep my head a little steadier. I don't have my feet. A lot of people do this with their feet just in one line, like on a monorail. It's just like you're in a squat stance, but then you just step one forward, one back, cross. And this time I'm going to aim that left chicken wing or that left elbow across my right knee. Let's go. Do this until you feel good. I mean, I'm just going to count around 10 or 12, but you don't have to stop at any moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then just feel what that's like. If we did this with our arms free now, look at what we can do here. Stretch out those biceps a little bit, and then switch. Same thing. We're letting those arms swing freely. It should feel nice, feel loose. You know, in my sessions, we're always working on our golf swing. What a nice little exercise to feel good and free for that golf swing. Scott, we got to get you. We're gonna get you driving over 300 this year. That's what we're aiming for. Okay, and 300 feet. Not 300 yards. We're going 300 feet first. Then we'll get to 300 yards. That's fine. Grab that Monster Bandy. We're going to do 2 rounds of activation, just like we were doing on this wall here. I want to continue getting taller, open up that chest and thoracic spine. We're going to do our pass-throughs. So we're going to do 2 rounds, pass-throughs, and then we're going to get into a little bird dog stance and work on a little more hip flossing. All right, so first, screw those feet in. And you notice today I am opted out of the foot prisons, aka sneakers. Opted out of the sneakers today. You can do the same. No real need for them unless you haven't cleaned your socks lately. You know, but hopefully if you're a good little athlete, good little purple patch athlete, you might even have them fresh purple patch socks that, you know, they just really amplify your performance. You'll never bike or run better when you feel good. You know, you feel good, got to dress good, and those new socks are just such a compliment to how you can feel out there on your bike or in your run. Here we go, nice and tall. Excellent. And then what I'm going to do here is this quadruped or bird dog stance, hands and knees. And we're just going to do some little glute helicopter. So that means I'm going to kick it back and up and then around. Just make some circles here. A half a circle. Try to stabilize one side. Try to prevent that thing from opening up too much. Just count 15. Feel nice and loose and open. Let it move. These hips need to go in all sorts of directions. It's one of the joints that moves in all 3 planes. So Let's make sure it's allowed to. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Loosey-goosey. And let's get back. One more round, 15 pass-throughs. Remember in this one, I'm not just doing this with my hands straight overhead. I'm putting a little bit of pressure as I come up, and I'm keeping that rib cage tucked and hidden. Come up, I'm adding a little bit of pressure to that band here, and then same thing coming back. Little pressure there, little pressure here. 3, 4, 5, 6. This should just be a nice thing to do. Plenty of you out there need this exercise. This should just be a nice thing to do. Plenty of you out there need this exercise more than twice a week. It's 10, 5 more. I even was just coaching strength this morning, and I said activation. And everyone grabs a band and started doing these pass-throughs. We weren't even doing pass-throughs today. They just started doing them. Never felt more proud in my life. Just fantastic. All right. And then right down, little hip helicopters here. 15, 14, 13, 12, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. A little faster at the end. 2, 1. 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. Ching ching. Activation is bam, complete. Feeling good. All right. Hopefully, do you feel that spine kind of lifted? Do you feel a little bit of freedom? Do you feel taller? Because this posture sometimes, that tight chest or internally rotated shoulder hunched over, like it just, you're if you stand up, you're not as tall as when that chest is open and that spine is completely elongated. And sometimes just a couple little shoulder thoracic movements can help you feel taller. Here's what we're going to do. Little step up. And we're going to do alternating, one at a time. So technically not alternating. One arm dumbbell overhead press with 1 foot lifted. Okay? So we're challenging that balance a little bit. We're making it complex. We're also allowing you to elongate and use your glute on one side of your body at a time to help get this overhead press. So if you look at it from this angle, I want to be doing this. Whatever hand doesn't have the weight, that's the one that's up. And I'm going to be dipping and driving through this thing. We're going 10 per arm, okay? Then I'm going to throw on this band to a low anchor, and we're going to do a little squat row. For a little bit of speed, kind of fast, we're going to do 15 of those. All right? And then to finish off the round, we'll do sprinter crunches on the floor. All right? We'll do 20 of those. 3 times through. This is our first round, first bits of the meat and potatoes. And like I said, I'm not afraid to, I'm using my full body to push this one dumbbell, essentially. So I'm not afraid for this thing to have a little bit of weight to it. But if it's a little complex or you're not feeling entirely comfortable, I'd rather you get the motion down first and feel like you're truly using this hip in that overhead press. Once you feel that, maybe you can add a little bit of weight to it. All right, so here's where we're going. I'm going to do 10 of these. This side first. Little dip, drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, it's not strict, so that's why I'm lifting a little bit heavier than if it was a strict overhead press. There's 10, and we're going to switch. Now I'm going to use that left hip. Feel that left butt dipping and driving up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Complexity's coming up here. Complexity in our movements are coming up. So instead of we've done push press with both arms. That's a nice way to learn how to do it with one arm. Okay. Low squat position here. So I want to get in this deep squat. 15, using the scapula. Get tension on that band. And we're going 15, 14, quick. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Use that scapula. 3, 2, 1. All right. And then our sprinter crunches, alternating sides, this one, 20 total. So our sprinter crunches, it's a variation of that hollow hold position. So I want to have my feet up, hands on the ears, and then 1, 2, alternating elbow to knee. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and come down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. 1 down. 1 of 3. Make sure you're staying hydrated. It's not that you need hydration to finish this workout. It's that you want to recover from it quick. You want to feel good. You don't want to be too sore. Drinking water throughout your strength workouts helps alleviate that post-workout soreness. So keep hydrated. Here we go. Back to the top. 10 good dips and drives. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Not so bad. Getting a good rhythm here. If you're wondering what a strict would mean, if it was a strict overhead press, I would use no hip motion. So it's just pure shoulder. But since we're using that little dip and drive, we're trying to learn that I can actually push this weight up here from my feet. That's where I'm thinking this exercise starts. It starts at me pushing into the ground, and that reaction just travels all the way up through my hand. So down, up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Woo. It's a little heavy right after that 8th one. That's when you feel it. All right, a little seated or squat position row. Doesn't need to be super heavy here, but use that squat stance. Chest forward and tall. And 15, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right. Getting those nerves fired up. 20 sprinters, a little bit of rotation, but not too much that it throws you off balance, okay? Here we go. And breathe. 2, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and a 1. Oof. Doctor. Make sure you're breathing on those. All right. 2 down. Left. All right. You might be noticing a lot of these workouts, instead of progressing through just weight and reps, a lot of these movements are progressing through complexity. Meaning instead of doing both at once, we might alternate or just one at a time. When we're just doing one thing at a time, it's really great for your body because one limb is moving and the rest of you is stabilizing. So mobility, stability, constantly finding that balance between. And in sports and in reality, it's rare that you are just completely harmonized, pushing both hands at the same time, both feet. Like if you ever stand and try to open a door, I'm pretty confident most of you don't line up a squat stance, get your hands like you're doing a push-up and push and then hold it and then jump through the door. There's a situation where you step, you push, and you walk through as you're rotating and turning. It's like that. Think about that in every single motion that you make. So when we progress, especially into racing phase, it's complexity, mobility, stability, balance, and coordination that we're always trying to look for. Okay? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. And other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Whew. I'm done with you today, dumbbell. Over it. I'm over it. Okay. Squat. Quick rows. Little speed rows here. Down. 15, 4, 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay. And I'm going to get this little bench out of the way. Last, what I'm really doing is getting every last little second of rest I can before these sprinter crunches hit. Take your time again. I'm moving through this a little on the quicker side today than I normally would. But don't feel rushed. Take your time.
Okay.
Push pause if you need a little more of
you.
a break. Especially these sprinters. If you're braking, if you feel your back just smacking the ground, please stop. Pause, rest for a second, reset, come back, and get back into it, okay? I'd rather you do that than just kind of flapping and falling into the ground, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and back down. 2, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I need a break. And get those last 2 right.
I lay down
And 2, and 1.
Sure, you're on video.
All right, there it is. Yep. Even at 18, I felt my back slap once. And I said, nope, hold on. Let's even finish those last 2. with good form. All right. Water break. Set 2. Same deal, we're going to go 3 times through. This is one of my favorite motions, exercises, movements. Love this exercise. We're going to do, this is where the medicine ball comes in. We're going to do a wood chop lunge where we're going to start up nice and high in a balanced position with the ball here. We're going to lunge, reach across that front leg, and come back up high, okay? Just 8 per side on this one. Again, med ball is great. I like that kind of big, awkward sort of thing you got to grab and hold and move. Hence why a child would be awesome. But other than that, you could even use a dumbbell for this one as well. From there, I'm going to jump on and do TRX hamstring curls. You can do that with a TRX or a med ball. You could even do a little work on this thing if that's all you had. I can show you how to do that. And you know we're going to finish with 20 hollow rocks because it is time to get the body rocking, hollow rocking, that is. We're going to finish with that today. So here we go. I'm going to show you this lunge from the front first and then from the side. Ready to go. 8 on each side. Start with balance. Weights across the body. Lunge across and back. 1, 2, 3. Try to get that balance if you can. I just messed it up. There's 4. I'll show you from across here. 5, 6. Whoops. 7 and 8. If it's hard to find that balance, what you could do is remove that up and down, or if that feels like too much, if it feels like that's going to load your leg too much, it's going to be super sore, then what I would say is you can just do it from the split stance like we did in warm-up. Nothing wrong. This is as good of exercise as any. All right? Still doing 8. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's one of the real keys to knowing yourself, because you might even be strong enough to do that normally with the leg up and controlling your deceleration. But if you just smashed a strength endurance bike ride or a threshold run or something like that, you just might not have those legs today. And you just got to recognize it and not be blind to knowing what your body's capable of on a given day. All right? So with these heels up, coming back, flipping the hat around so you can rest your head. What we want here is just drive those hips up and pull on those hammies. I'm going to give myself a little help here with my hands. There's 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Drive those hips up first. 2 and 1. Excellent. If you're using a ball of any sort, you can do it this way. You can kind of just throw your heels on that ball, drive those hips up, and roll that thing. You get a little bit further up here, in and out. This is basically the motion we're looking for, driving those hips up. Okay? And then we got to do some hollow rocks in here. So let's find that position. We should be even feeling nice and warm from that sprinter crunch. So knees at 90, shoulders off the ground, hands straight, feet up and long and strong. 20, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to break at 10 because I just feel from that first exercise. I'm going to give myself round 2 times 10 here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good. You know, sometimes you can just feel a little clunky
All
in
right.
a movement.
I'm going to call that a day.
Clunky is not a feeling that I would say you should fight through sometimes in strength. A little burn, a little bit of like feels challenging to complete the movement. We're okay with that. Clunky, I don't like. Clunky tells me that you're losing something with the form, and it means reset. It means reset. If you're like struggling to make that, just want to get that last exercise, that last set, that last rep, sometimes that's just reality. But when it feels like your body is just completely dysfunctional, you're hitting the ground weird, or you're losing balance, generally I'd say, let's reset, okay? Didn't feel so clunky in these ones, though. Feeling okay here. Let's see. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Other side.
All right. Thanks for joining in. Call that one a day. Switch. Let me switch it back. Actually, I gotta stop sharing. There we go. All right. Yep, we're gonna call it a day on that 33-minute workout. See you next time.